This is a Frank podcast.
To another episode of the Extremely Casual Gamers podcast with Ellie, Chris and Guy. This is a casual gaming podcast for the everyday gamer. And on today's show, Guy, you want to talk about game choice fatigue.
Yes. If you've ever sat there staring at your screen going, I want to play, then I've got a list of things that can help you.
Oh, yes, please. I could do with this, to be honest. Yeah, thank you. That sounds awesome. And Chris,
hello.
You want to know what cyberware enhancements you'd have if we could do it?
Yeah, playing Cyberpunk 2077 right now, and one of the things that's a crucial part of the game is cyberware, which is where they physically put implants into your body, which makes me feel very uncomfortable. I don't think I'd do it.
Yeah, right.
So we'll chat a little bit more about that later on.
Okay, well, for now then, should we just jump into some listener feedback?
Listener feedback.
That's not a thing.
That's not right, bro. You've ruined it.
Sorry.
Hey, first of all, thanks to everyone who gave me some Switch recommendations, in particular Daniel, Diet, Chris and Katarina. Mario Kart, Spiritfarer and Animal Crossing were ones that came up frequently.
Yes.
So I did actually download the demo of Spiritfarer so far. I haven't fully finished the demo, but I'm starting that to see if I like that.
Is that the one where you, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I feel like it says in the title, were you fairy spirits?
Pretty much, I think. Yeah. Bro, you got it in one.
I got it right?
You got that in one.
That's like being like, oh, so Fortnite, is that a game where you like are a knight and you protect a fort? Come on, man, it's obvious.
Yeah, come on. No, you take spirits sort of across the death. What is it
you
called?
protect them and usher them into the afterlife.
That's it, yeah.
Is it based in
Oh,
Egyptian mythology, maybe?
The
maybe, I
ferryman.
don't know.
You pay the ferryman.
The ferryman.
Across the river Styx.
That's right.
I feel like
that's Greek.
I feel like I'm mixing a bunch of shit together.
One word, Anubis.
Don't know what that is.
It's
What
a
is that?
god.
Oh, it's a god.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, I need to scrub up on my Spiritfarer knowledge then if it's got some mythology in it. So thank you for all those recommendations. And based on last week's question, who do you think you could take in a fight from a video game?
Yes.
Paul said he could take Ratchet. I guess from Ratchet and Clank.
Yep.
So you could take Ratchet and Clank from a...
Oh,
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Ratchet. Is Ratchet the like...
He's like the mousy one, whatever it is.
He's the mousy one.
Yeah. Because
And-
Clank's the robot.
The robot on the backpack.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I reckon I could beat the
What
crap
is
out of him.
Could you?
What is he? He's like some sort of marsupial, isn't he?
Yeah,
know.
Ratchet from... I'm literally just Googling it right now. What are you?
He's got sort of floppy ears. It looks like a chinchilla.
Yeah, okay, Ratchet...
Hey, how about I'll Google it?
Yeah, can you do that while I...
Sorry
I
to throw a cat
continue?
amongst the pigeons here as we figure out what animal he is.
Yeah, that was great listening. So yeah, Paul said Ratchet. Brianna said Magikarp or Mimir from God of
Mimir.
War. Am I saying that right?
Mimir, the severed head, or a Magikarp, which is
Yeah.
the most useless Pokemon in the universe. Tell
Yeah.
you what, we could probably all take them.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
I'd be scared to have a crack at a Magikarp because I'd freak out that as soon as I don't know, knife it or whatever I do.
It's a fight, guy. Why are you trying to murder everyone and pull its insides out?
I feel like it would instantly turn into a Gyarados and then I'd freak out.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So
I don't know what that means.
No,
but...
so Magikarp evolves into one of the biggest and most powerful Pokemon.
It's like a
Gyarados.
It's like a water dragon.
But it's a
Right.
pathetic little fish to begin with. It can't do anything. Famously, in the very first season of Pokemon, James from Team Rocket kicks a Magikarp angrily because he's frustrated by
Yeah.
it. It evolves into a Gyarados, and Team Rocket's blasting off again.
Right. Okay.
So you don't want to do that.
Okay, no, we don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then I saw you comment on this guy, but Courtney said she's wanted to take on Tom Nook from Animal Crossing for ages.
Yeah.
Why would she say that? Is he quite an abrasive character?
He's
or?
not abrasive. He's just a slimy little git. And he just wants. He just hikes up prices. He's like he runs the
okay.
island, and what you buy, he determines the prices.
So he's the top
Right.
1%. He's
Yeah,
controlling everything. He's
he's-
got all the money.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Fair enough.
He's a
then, Courtney.
billionaire.
Yeah.
He's a billionaire, and Ratchet is a Lombax.
Oh,
That's right.
what are the Lombax? I still don't know. Can you Google that? No.
A Lombax is a fictional species from the series Ratchet and Clank.
Oh, right. So it's actually, they've made up a
genuinely,
thing.
yeah.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Oh, apparently it is a bipedal anthropomorphic feline with a tail similar to that of a lion.
Oh, Oh, okay.
You happy
okay.
with that?
Yeah, thank you so much.
One of the most
Thank
annoying
you.
things to figure out on the podcast we've ever had.
Thank you so much for that. I just want to shout out, there was someone who went anonymous in our group, ECG for ECG this week, and asked how do people deal with their significant others who don't like video games. And I'm not going to comment on the answers, but I just want to say it was nice to see people reaching out to each other and kind of just confiding.
That's
you know?
nice. I saw that as well.
Yeah, it was really nice. So thank you to those who responded.
It's a really interesting topic because, like, my wife doesn't really like video games at all.
Yeah.
So the way I deal with it is I play whenever I can't play PlayStation knowing that she's chilling, wanting to hang out or do something.
Yeah.
She's fully happy, like leaving me to it, whatever. She don't like.
Yeah.
But for some reason, and it also helps that she goes to bed quite early every night.
Nice.
So my gaming is like 9:30 till 11:30 every night.
Beautiful.
So that's how I do it.
Beautiful. Nice. How do you do it, guys?
Well, there's a difference between having a partner who doesn't get gaming, but then if you've got a partner who actively hates that you game, that's harder.
Yeah, a bit of a
So I'm
difference.
a similar situation to Chris. My wife goes to bed quite early, so that's
Yeah.
usually when I get most of my gaming done. Plus,
Yeah.
I don't game during the day because I've got this toddler kicking me in the shins. So
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah, I do feel for those people that have a partner that actively. And that's what's it's frustrating because you have somebody who's actively hating something that you love. Like I can't imagine there being too many people out there be like, I hate that you read.
But it
Like,
depends.
someone's reading a book in bed. It pisses me off that you're doing that.
It depends how much that person's reading.
Yeah, true.
If that person is constantly gaming, not doing shit, not getting stuff done, like not hanging out enough, all that sort of that, all these things are factors.
Yeah,
That's true.
totally. And it's
And-
like anything really. If it becomes an addiction and then it becomes an actual issue,
Yes.
Yeah.
fine.
Is this
Yeah.
sexual health chat? Are we back
Yeah,
on this
wow.
again?
Oh,
3
yeah.
episodes later?
Yeah. How much are you laying pipe? Wasn't
No,
it?
that wasn't Guy. As you were saying that too, you had a little smug look on your face like, I shouldn't be saying this.
I love it. All right, we'll move on to the question of the week then. The question of the week came from Georgia Benjamin, and it was, we've kind of chatted about this before, but it's what's a song from a game that has really stuck with you? She said it's Far Away by Jose Gonzalez in Red Dead Redemption 1. Do you know that one? After playing, have you played one?
If it's something from Red Dead Redemption 1, it makes me think that it's maybe the song that plays at the end or something after all the main stuff goes down, and it's like a
Yes.
heartfelt moment.
Yes, she says after everything crazy that happens, then you're suddenly in Mexico plodding along on your horse. It's the perfect track.
I remember that. Yeah, that was excellent.
Okay.
That was great.
Nice. Do you guys have a favourite song that stuck with you from a game?
Tom Petty running down a dream.
Wait. Literally, I was about to say
Oh,
Tom Petty
GTA?
from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas,
Oh, yeah.
K-Dust.
Yeah.
That game had the best soundtrack.
Nice.
So that also like White
No,
Wedding
White
from
Wedding,
Billy
Billy
Idol,
Idol. There was
Killing
the-
in the Name of.
There was also isn't on San Andreas where it's got the been through the desert on a been
Horse
through
with
the
No
desert
Name.
horse with no name. That's
Yeah.
on there.
They had the best soundtrack and radio stations, and also I used to love Radio Los Santos with all the like Nothing But a G thing
Yeah.
and all the old school Ice Cube, Dr. Dre stuff. It was
Oh, nice.
fantastic.
But if I think of Tom Petty running down a dream, I think of driving whatever vehicle I've stolen up Mount Chiliad to just like go all the way to the top just to jump off it. Like I feel like if I hear that song on the radio, I think of Grand Theft Auto.
Nice. Don't actually drive your car off a hill.
No,
when that
I
happens.
haven't done it.
Yeah, good,
No,
good,
Guy,
good.
don't do it.
Okay,
No,
yeah, please
it's
don't.
not worth it.
Yeah, okay. I'll try.
Here's a real hot tip for anyone out there that likes music.
Yes.
Borderlands 2. It is the heavy. What's it called? Man. That's right. It's so.
Okay.
Let me just find it here.
Yeah, right.
Is it called No Hero?
Shortchange Hero.
Shortchange
Oh, okay,
Hero.
nice.
Look up Shortchange Hero by The Heavy. It starts after about 30 seconds, I think.
Yeah.
It is one of the coolest songs ever, and it's the opening music to Borderlands 2.
Oh, okay.
One of the coolest intros.
Cage of the Elephant. That's the opening
Oh,
for
that's right.
Borderlands 1.
That's right.
Cage of the Elephant. What's the name of that song?
Oh, God, we really should have had these things prepared. Well, I was walking down the street when I the corner of my eye saw a pretty little... not back against the... no, not Trouble. You keep going and I'll
Yeah,
Google
all
it.
right.
Ain't no rest for the wicked.
That's
Is that what's
right.
called? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got there in the end.
So good.
Amy said maybe, and I don't want to set the world on fire by the ink spots in the Fallout games.
Oh, I don't want to set the world on fire. That's a really good suggestion.
Okay.
Because that
Yeah.
came in at Fallout 3 and they've used it again and again. And it's also in the TV series.
Yeah.
And it always is contrasting like old sort of happy music and then the world around it's completely screwed. Really good choice there.
Okay,
cool.
nice.
Who was that? Was that Cousin Beck?
That wasn't Cousin Beck,
Was that
actually.
Amy?
That was, I've lost it. I scrolled and I bloody lost it now.
That's all right. I'll Google it. You keep going.
Yeah. This has been a nightmare this whole something. And then Powder. I hope I say
Powder,
It is
yeah.
Powder. That's
Powder,
correct.
yeah. Portal 2 Turret Opera Song was so beautiful after all you go through to get there.
Oh my God, that is.
you know that one?
Yeah, I vaguely remember this. Portal 2 is freaking brilliant, by the
Yeah.
way. And it's like robotic sounding because they've got such nice, lovely voices, all the robots in Portal.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna have to play this again, Powder.
Yeah, nice. Alan also said, I should have put this before, Shortchange Hero by the Heavy.
Oh my God, Sean Allen.
There it is.
Tune, Borderlands 2. Seriously, everyone listening to this, look it up right now and add it to your playlist.
Yeah, it's got a really slow, like almost minute intro.
Yeah.
And then it just
okay.
Yeah,
It's such a good tune, man.
Nice. And last of all, Diet said, for me, it's the 8-bit tunes from Stardew Valley, which
yeah.
I would agree with. There's one I love personally, the winter themed songs.
Oh, how does that go?
In Stardew Valley.
Please just do a little
singing it
rendition.
before.
Wait, hang on. Wait, it's hard. There's no lyrics. Wait, how does it go? Something like that.
No, I want to hear you do it.
No, it's like real melancholic and just sort of like depressing, and it kind of just makes you wallow. But I can't.
And
do
also,
it.
your crops can't grow, right? Because it's frozen over.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
Yeah.
quite depressing.
And
It's
you have
kind
to
of
you have to feed your animals hay that you've stored away.
exactly
Because they can't
yes.
eat the grass.
Yes, it's very just cathartic and just beautiful. And I'm not going to hum it because I can't.
It must
even,
be really good because Ali has played it for about 1 billion hours and can't
have.
remember it at all.
I've done 100 hours of Stardew.
Hey,
Wow.
that's awesome.
I have done 100 hours of Stardew. I think that's the most hours I put into a game.
Another 100 and you'll have completed one playthrough of The Witcher 3.
I can't get over that. Like, I feel like I've played so many hours of Stardew, obviously 100, but like it feels like a lot. I can't believe you do 200 and you've done it, what, 3 times?
4 times.
Four times.
The game's 9 years old though.
Yeah, wow. But still, 200 hours is a lot.
Are you gamer shaming me?
No. I'm just impressed that you
Yeah.
can put that much time into
You're impressed
something.
by it? Yeah, that's
I'm
cool.
Really
Hell yeah, baby.
impressed by
I think I've done about 500 hours of Fortnite.
Oh, bro, you got a
Really?
problem, man.
Whichever single time I see that, I'm like, ugh.
It's Fortnite, man. That's disgusting. You need to cut that out.
Oh, if you want to... Oh, yeah.
How many hours you done on Final Fantasy VII?
Ooh, I can't tell you because I deleted
Sorry,
the game.
how many
So I don't
minutes?
know. Oh, I deleted it ages ago. It's gone. Yeah.
If you want to contribute to our conversations each week, we've got a Facebook group, ECG for ECG, and in there we chat, we hang out. We've also got amazing listeners like Chris who have set up Mario Kart tournaments and a Discord. So join the Facebook group and you get all the info there.
That's right. And there was a bit of talk on there about us getting behind a Discord and all sorts of stuff. I'm just going to say, man, it's hard enough for me to remember our handle for Instagram.
He says while looking
and
at
checking the handle on the TV screen, and also having the Facebook page and blah blah. So if you guys want to do that stuff, that's excellent.
Yeah.
But don't ask me to organise it because it'll be a
honestly,
shambles.
I didn't even know what a Discord chat is. Is it like an open chat thing?
It's like a server, essentially, where you can have different threads and chats within that server.
Ooh,
so it's like
nah.
it's a lot. Yeah,
Ooh,
it's a
yeah,
lot. So
that's
thanks to Chris for setting that up. But not you, Chris, other Chris. You can find out more info by just being part of our Facebook group. I think that's the best place
Just get
to
in there and have a yarn.
essentially come in, and
Get
then
on the
you'll
Facebook
find
page.
you'll find other things. Otherwise, Extremely Casual Gamers podcast on Instagram. Time for some gaming news.
Gaming news.
Gaming news. Naughty Dog got a fresh new bone.
Oh,
This better not be dirty.
So the co-president of Naughty Dog Games, Neil Druckmann, he sat down with an interview with Sony last week to talk about cool things that he's working on. Now, he is working on a new project. He says it's a new project that he's very excited about. And we don't know what it is. We don't know if it is an existing IP from Naughty Dog, because obviously
Uncharted.
they do Uncharted, The Last of Us, Crash Bandicoot, and Jak and Daxter. Jak and Daxter is kind of like the front runner of what it could be.
Right.
It could be, so they're wondering if it's sort of an existing IP. It's probably not, but knowing them, it could be a remaster of a game that they already have, considering they've remastered The Last of Us like 4
billion
times.
oh yeah, true.
But people are hoping that it is a brand new IP. Just this is a game that's never been done before, and it is a single player campaign, right?
Yeah, well, that's what Naughty Dog does really well. The
Yeah.
Uncharted series, although Ellie hates it because it freaks her out, and that's fair enough too, in my bad. As a whole, that's some of the greatest single-player story, like campaign games I've
Yeah.
ever played.
Yeah, exactly.
Last of Us is the same. So I hope it is a new IP, but at the same time, if it's like, hey, a new Uncharted game with a new character, I'm all over that as well.
So what he's really happy about is obviously the Last of Us TV show, which came out last year, was very successful. He was a huge part of that when it came to making sure that, you know, the TV show represented the
Did a
game
fantastic job.
fantastically. And what he loved about it, and what he's loving at the moment with the gaming sort of hemisphere that we're in, is that non-gamers, people like, the partners that we were just talking about that aren't interested in gaming, they watched the Last of Us TV show and they thought this is so amazing. And then they were like, wait, this is based off a game?
Yeah.
And then they start to become interested and actually start to realize the amazing storytelling and the narratives you can get in games nowadays.
That's actually an interesting point
So
because
he's hoping that he's just glad that it's bridged the gap.
it has,
Yeah, nice.
because, and this doesn't work for me because my wife is terrified of anything slightly scary, so she'd
Yes.
never watch it. But she struggles to understand that, like, wait, so you're playing like a story. And I'll be
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's like a movie, except for whenever the action's happening, you're like controlling it. She can't comprehend that. So wait, what? You know what I mean? So that,
Yeah.
like, for them to watch an entire TV series and say, so this entire narrative happens within a game and you play the characters, like, yes.
Yeah.
That's very, very cool.
Yeah, that's a good way to convert people, eh?
I'm going to make a prediction. I think it's The
Okay.
Last of Us 3.
Really?
Purely because I know that I'm pretty sure they said they wanted to make a third Last of Us game.
Yeah.
The Last of Us 2 TV show is shooting at the moment.
Yep.
They'll want to capitalize on that pretty soon.
Strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah, and it's been a number of years. PS4, The Last of Us 2 came
It
out
was
on
2020. It was 2020 or 2019.
2019, so something like that. Once again, I'll probably you've got a phone there too, guy. Just FYI. So I do think that it's going to be The Last of Us 3. They're going to strike while the iron's hot and like round off the trilogy. Is my
Good
prediction.
Yeah.
it's a good prediction.
There's a lot of predictions online as to, because we all know The Last of Us 3 is happening. But there's a lot of predictions on what that storyline's going to be.
2020.
2020. Oh, yeah.
So there you go.
Because they left it very open ended.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to ruin the game.
Yeah.
But it has legs. So if it is The Last of Us Part 3, very excited.
That is exciting. And also, just an interesting thing you touched on there, Neil Druckmann, the way he was involved with the TV series of The Last of Us, he perfectly captured that whole storyline, like brought it to TV brilliantly in a completely different way to what the Fallout TV show did.
Yeah.
So I'm now through the Fallout TV show. I've watched the whole thing. Originally, I was like, it's quite cheesy, blah, blah, blah. It's okay, like a 7 out of 10. For me, at the finish of it, I was like, hey, this is a 9 out of 10. It's bloody enjoyable watching.
Yeah.
Very different to The Last of Us because it's over the top. There's just like references everywhere. And it's just like, this is your video game dream right here.
Yeah, right.
I need to finish that show because I didn't play Fallout. And I want to be able to know if I enjoyed it as much as
Wait,
somebody
didn't
who
you-
did.
didn't you
I
start Fallout 4
Yeah,
recently?
I started and bailed on that.
Wait. Hold on.
Oh,
So
it's gone. That's
so
finished.
you watched the TV show, were impacted by it, and thought, I'm going to start Fallout 4, and then didn't even finish the TV show.
Or the game, no.
Oh my god,
Oh, man, you're worse than me now, bro. You're worse than me.
that is terrible.
I ain't got no time. Like, I'll watch the TV show. That's easy. I
You
don't
know,
have to-
finish the TV show, and because at the very end, it was a nice little nod to people that have played the game, and I'm now very excited for season 2.
Cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Well,
exciting.
That wraps up my gaming news.
Gaming
Beauty.
news.
Gaming news. Now, this is kind of just a fun little anecdote for our Down Under homies, but it's been confirmed that Nintendo Live is coming to Sydney on Saturday 31st of August and Sunday 1st of September. So this is pretty cool for Down Under people. If you're listening from America, you're probably thinking, oh, yeah, whatever. But we don't often get cool stuff like this Down Under. So this is kind of a big deal. I think they kind of came as part of PAX last year, which is another convention in Australia. But they're coming this year. It's in Sydney, and it's basically you have to enter, and it's a randomly selected draw. So it's a lottery.
So you can't buy tickets to this thing.
No.
And what is it, like a convention?
Yeah, so basically it says here, share the excitement of playing popular Nintendo Switch games together, meet and snap a share-worthy picture with some of your favourite Nintendo characters. So it's a big conference / Comic-Con type thing, but just for Nintendo.
For Nintendo. That's quite cool. I mean, I personally would be all over that if there was like Pokemon was involved.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
But the good thing about Switch and Nintendo fans is that they are quite passionate and they will be all over this sort of
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's quite cool.
Exactly. So I guess, just head to, I don't know what the website is, actually. That's probably something I should have looked up before I
Just Google it,
delivered
you'll be
this
fine.
news. Yeah.
We can't Google everything for them, Ellie. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
You know what, guys? Just Google Nintendo
yourself.
Live Sydney,
Yeah.
and you'll find the place you could do that.
There you go.
There you go. And
There
that's
you
my
go.
really poor gaming news.
So I'm playing Cyberpunk 2077 at the moment. Came out a few years ago, had a terrible launch. It was a buggy mess, and now it is absolutely phenomenal. I have played 18 hours of it.
Wow.
Which is just enough for me to be at the point where I think I mentioned this last week, but I know how everything works. It's quite overwhelming. There's a lot of stuff at play. You're overwhelmed with the amount of options. I've comprehended it all, and I've now decided the way I'm going to play the game, which is I'm going to be a guy who's got like a sniper rifle. He's got a cool revolver when he's up close, and then has a baseball bat.
Nice.
Oh,
and can like bash, but he also can hack into security cameras and like do it. Yeah, so
Fun.
that's my play style. Now, one of the main things you need to do in Cyberpunk 2077 is get cyberware installed into your human body.
Right, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and there's plenty of options. And we're talking about some people, you look at them and they are 95% robot.
Yeah.
So, like, you can look at them and they'll be like, Ali's made of titanium right now, except for maybe her face. And the rest of it is all cyberware. That's the level you can get to.
So it would literally look like me,
Yeah.
but I'm actually all cyberware and you wouldn't even know.
But like, so you're looking at me now,
Creepy.
like I'm not wearing a shirt and pants. I'm like naked. No, I'm
Sorry,
not.
what?
But like, all my body's all silver. I've got like, cables coming down my arms. And shit. I'm
yeah.
just like a robot, but my face is the same. I'm just like, hey, you guys.
Oh, buzzy. That tripped me out, eh?
So the level that you can get cyberware up is pretty intense. So what I was thinking is, when I look at this stuff, I'm going, I would never have that put in.
Yeah.
I don't care what the benefit is. I've got a list of some cyberware options that you can get in game. I want you guys to tell me whether or not you'd get it done.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
All right?
All right.
We'll start nice and simple. Kiroshi Optics.
Sorry?
Come on, man.
There's
Kiroshi Optics.
There's new
So
eyes.
is that to do with your eyes?
New eyeballs.
Oh, new
So
eyeballs.
they take your eyeballs out and put in robotic ones.
What's the benefit?
The benefit is you get 6 times zoom
Oh.
whenever you want it, and you can scan everyone for information.
Yes.
So you hold down L1 in Cyberpunk 2077, it hovers over you,
Oh, yeah.
and it comes up and says, Ali Howard, like, and all your details, like whether you're wanted by police and things like that.
Oh, yeah, they had that same feature in Detroit Become Human, actually.
Do they? Well,
Yeah,
there
they
you
do.
go.
And I would probably get that done, I think.
You
That'd
would?
be interesting.
And you can scan objects and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and so get info.
Yeah, I'm 32 this year, and I'm at a point in my life where I want to be able to just feel like I'm not getting old. So I'm just, and I just give me some. I don't want to lose my eyesight. I've had good eyesight for a long time. The idea of my eyesight going, I'm like, it scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, fair
so
enough.
I'd absolutely get eyes.
Cool.
Like, guy's having a midlife crisis and he wants robot eyes.
Yeah.
I want a motorbike.
If they were an option, I'd have them now.
But also, you can just have glasses or laser eye surgery.
No, I'm not wearing glasses.
You'll be fine, man. You look cool with glasses,
No,
man.
I mean,
Yeah, they're quite sophisticated,
even when you
actually.
open the dishwasher, it'll steam
Fogs
up.
up. I mean, you probably only need them for reading and stuff to begin with.
Well, whenever my parents visit, because they've got glasses, I'll be like, my brother's, Ross has texted me, and I'll go to show my phone, and I'll hold it like 3 inches away from my dad's face and be like, hang on, where's my glasses?
Yeah.
And then like you have to remember where your glasses are the whole time.
know.
It sounds like
man.
such a punish.
Yeah.
Huge punish.
Sorry, I detoured us there. So
No,
love
that's
that.
funny.
That's
though.
your
down
rationale.
about losing my eyesight at 32.
I don't think I would get it done. Ellie, you would.
I think I would.
You'd have your eyeballs cut out and you'd robot ones put in.
Oh, would they still look hot, though? You know, when I
Oh,
still
they look very similar.
Okay, yeah.
But then whenever you're scanning something, they do this weird blue glowy thing.
Oh, okay.
But you still look exactly the same.
I think it'd be quite fun.
Yeah.
It'd be quite handy.
Fun.
Yeah. Yeah, quite fun.
I mean,
Yeah.
obviously the surgery isn't just done in some bloody basement somewhere. You get knocked,
in Cyberpunk it is.
oh yeah, but do you get knocked out? Like,
Yeah.
if they rip my eyes out while I'm awake, I'm going to say no. But if I get, put some anesthesia,
I think so. In the Edge Runners TV show, you aren't. It's quite graphic, them installing the cyberpunk cyberware.
Okay.
But in the game, it gives off the impression that you are put under.
okay, cool.
Okay.
Still
Okay.
yes.
And let's just say yes, you are put
Yeah, I
under.
think so. Yeah.
All right, so you guys would both have Kiroshi Optics replaced your eyeballs. Okay.
Give me that zoom.
Yeah.
Would you replace your hands? There's an upgrade you can get called Gorilla Arms. Your forearms and your hands, which I got done because you have to do a lot of, there's like fist fights you can enter and become the best fighter. And if you get Gorilla Arms,
There's no fatigue?
better
Or-
damage. So what you
and
get is
damage.
it's a hard-hitting arm replacement. You can deal heavy physical damage, like quadruple the normal amount of a normal human.
Okay.
So you could absolutely knock the crap out of a guy. You could beat the stuffing out of a guy if you wanted, Ellie.
Beautiful.
Yeah, you could
Beautiful.
really beat him to a
You
pulp.
can rip my arms off
You can
and
rip
pull
his
out
arms
the
off,
stuffing.
pull out a stuffing, go full sack boy on his ass. You can also lift heavy things.
Okay.
Yes.
But once again, like they are cutting open your arms, pulling out all your like tendons, pulling out your bones, replacing it with titanium and like hydraulic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a full on operation.
Yeah, no, I don't think I will get that one done because I don't really want to punch anyone. very often.
Right. You
You
don't
know.
Okay.
Yeah, not often. Sometimes.
I've got most of my tattoos are on my forearms, and they've
You
got
still have
sentiment-
those.
I still have
You keep
them.
your skin. It's like under your skin and that.
Oh,
and they
okay,
keep
cool.
it.
Then sweet. Yeah, I'll have them.
You don't just. Oh yeah. And most of these you still appear human.
Okay, cool.
good.
But you might have some like lines in
That's
your
right.
arms where it's all connected up.
Yeah,
And
okay.
Yep.
They'd be heavy to hold though, wouldn't they?
I think so. I don't know. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
really good point. I haven't factored that in.
Yeah, I'm not
just,
one of them.
just like slumps down your arms. Like,
That's the worst choice.
I should have got robot shoulders.
You just have to walk around like an actual gorilla with your hands in front of you. That's a really good point, Ellie. So you're no for
I'm a
gorilla
no,
arms?
yeah.
Guy?
Yes.
You're a yes for gorilla arms.
Okay.
So at this point, Guy, you've got the gorilla arms and the optics.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Slowly fading away.
This is one I would get.
Okay.
Your legs, you get your tendons ripped out and replaced with reinforced tendons, which give you the ability to double jump,
Ooh.
Fun.
which is a classic gaming gimmick where you jump and then when you're in midair, you can jump again somehow.
That'd be fun. I
It
think
is
I
fun.
want those. Yeah.
So I would definitely get those done. They're ripping out all your muscles in your legs and replacing them with reinforced tendons.
Yeah. I think I'd do it. Get me back on the netball court. Woo! There she is.
Guy doesn't want it.
Nah. No. I don't see a need for me to double jump in my life.
So you'd rather have massively heavy arms
Lifting stuff.
and zoom in 6 times, but you wouldn't want to be able to jump really, really high.
When am I ever going to need to jump really high?
To be honest, it changes the entire game of Cyberpunk, and I recommend if you play the game, get that first because you can now like jump up and like attack everyone from the roof and stuff. It's
That's the
excellent.
thing. The whole point of Cyberpunk is you're playing the role of somebody that is in like the dingy underworld of Cyberpunk City and you're shooting shit. I'm a stay-at-home dad. What am I going to do?
What do you
with
need
the
gorilla arms for?
Do you know how heavy toddlers can be if you hold them for ages?
Yeah, fair enough. All right.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm a yes for reinforced tendons.
Yes,
Ellie?
my tendons and my ankles are not great. They always roll. So let's just get them replaced.
Oh, there
Yeah.
you go. Get them
Yeah.
replaced,
Get
and
them
you'll be able to
replaced.
double jump.
Exactly. Yeah.
So there you go, Guy. You're opting out for that. Now, next one. Your circulatory system,
Okay.
which is your heart.
Yeah.
Right.
A biomonitor is something you get installed. It's like a chip, like this big. And for the record,
Like a.
The size of a Brussels sprout.
Oh yeah,
the
nice,
size
bro.
of a Brussels sprout. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, it's pretty random. But it's about that big. They cut your chest open and install it on your heart.
On it.
Yeah,
Oh.
and it's like wired into there. Instantly applies a healing item just as you're about to die.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
So if
Heavy.
you've been stabbed and you're like, oh my God, I'm about to die, and then it'll instantly apply, and you just have to keep a healing item on you at all times. And
Right.
you'd pretty much be not invincible, but you'd be,
Is it
pretty
like
safe.
a pacemaker in real life? Where
Sort
it like
of, yeah.
resuscitates you, sort of.
Yeah, and obviously in the game you're getting shot at a lot and blah, so your health is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But in real life, something that applies a healing agent to you whenever you're about to die and saves your life.
Okay.
I mean, I'd probably have that done.
I'd have it and I'd be waiting to use it even if I've got like a cold. I'm like, oh, I've got a sore throat. waiting for my heart thing to kick in. I'm going to die.
No. Yeah, I think I'd get it done.
I'd
Why
get it
not?
done.
It's just like, it's like a life insurance, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's,
Exactly.
It's like an extra life,
Yeah.
a little token. So yeah, I'll get that.
All right. Here's the next one. Would you get your spine ripped out and replaced with a synaptic accelerator, which means you can move at 30% faster than you can currently move at all times?
Oh. Yeah, maybe.
So this plays a heavy role in the Cyberpunk Edge Runners TV show. He can move really fast because of this thing that he's had installed.
Okay.
So everyone's like moving in real time. He's like sprinting across and like doing like almost like the Flash, the comic The Flash. So would you do that? 30% faster movement speed.
I wouldn't mind being able to run pretty fast. The idea of having my spine ripped out, although
Yeah, it's graphic, hey?
I've been
Oh,
meaning
yeah.
to go to the osteo and, get clicked out. So I guess this is the ultimate osteo, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just taking, instead of fixing your spine, it's just replacing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd do that just so I don't get sore back.
So you'd have your entire spine ripped out so you don't have a sore back.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't have some tendons so you could jump really high.
I don't need to jump really high.
It's just
That'd be fun though, wouldn't it?
I just don't get it.
A new spine. I don't know. I've been sleeping funny recently.
Yeah, right. And
Yeah.
you can move 30% faster. You don't care about that. It's just about the back soreness.
I mean that the fastness, being faster is a bonus. I just want to be able to have a nice back.
You know that in New Zealand we have free healthcare in the form of the ACC, so you
Yeah, I
could just
know.
go and get it fixed ASAP.
I know, but
Yeah.
this
it's cool.
hypothetical situation.
Rip the bastard out. Let's do it. I don't know if I'd do it
Okay, why
just
not?
because it's quite intensive.
Yeah, that sounds really scary. Like,
Yeah,
is
but
there any
it's too
risk
late.
to
You've
this?
already agreed to it.
Yeah, wait, are there risks to this? Am
No,
I signing a
absolutely.
waiver? Oh, goodness.
Well, look, no one dies in my experience playing the game after having these done. It's just like you pop and you get it done, you sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty shit mechanic in the game. You
got infected.
You 30, 40 hours in, and then obviously you go to get some cybernetic thing put in, and it goes, "Oh no, sorry, you died."
Or you're literally an hour in.
Your player has passed away. It's game over.
Oh, yeah.
You're an hour and you get your first eyeball put in, and it's like, oh, you got infected, you died. It's like, oh, what is this? Final one. All right, now this is a real thinker. This one will allow you to carry 50% more stuff, right?
In my inventory.
You also have armor at all times. So you
Okay.
go from having 0 armor to like 40 armor, which is a lot, and you can't break your bones.
What is it?
Oh.
You have to get your entire skeleton replaced with a titanium skeleton.
That's a lot.
Every single bone in your body
That's a
is
lot.
taken out and replaced with a titanium version.
That's the full Wolverine treatment.
Yeah, but you can carry way more stuff.
Nah, I don't think I'll get that one.
I'd love to be able to carry more stuff.
So yours is all about carrying. It's interesting.
Yeah,
Doesn't want
Dad.
to jump, but wants to
No.
carry.
Yeah.
You're like a mule.
Well, just think about all of the whole I want to be able to take all the groceries in from the car
Oh,
in
that'd
one
be-
go.
Oh,
Yeah, double jump there.
No, I'm not double jumping. It'll shake all the bloody stuff out.
So would you have your entire skeleton, every bone, replaced with a titanium bone?
Yeah, imagine being 90.
Would you really?
Imagine, yes, because then you it's the ultimate. I know I'm going to be healthy AF when I'm 70.
Oh,
I've got
okay.
new eyes, a new spine, new bones. I don't care about jumping.
You're still going to have that weird saggy old skin you've been
I
carting
don't
around for
care.
90 years,
Who
though.
cares? I'll have the saggy skin with an indestructible body underneath.
Right.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I don't know if I will get the full skeleton. I think the spine's enough for me.
Yep.
Just get the old center of gravity stuff sorted out.
Get
and
that all
then-
sorted out.
Yeah,
Get
and
on
then
the netball
bones.
court,
Exactly.
dominate.
Yeah, double jump.
Yeah, I am not getting it done.
Okay.
I don't want a titanium skeleton just so I can take groceries in easier.
Have you guys ever broken a bone?
No, I
No,
actually
I
haven't.
haven't.
Neither have I, and I don't want to.
Look at us. We're
But
perfect.
we haven't broken a bone and my
Yeah, but
skeleton's normal.
I've seen people break bones, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You
No,
know,
well, not
imagine
us.
having titanium ankles. Hey,
They wouldn't be very elastic though, would they? I wouldn't be able to do much sort of dodging on
No,
the
you
court.
can still do all of that
You can do a
stuff.
bit of
Yeah, it's
dodging?
very
Okay.
advanced.
All right,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, all right.
I can't believe you would replace your entire skeleton just so that you continue your trend of not breaking any bones.
Yeah,
And
because it's going to happen. It's not a matter of if, but when.
You sound so old today, bro. Like,
I feel old. This conversation's made me feel like I'm failing, and like my body is turning to dust.
no, your body still looks pretty all good.
Pretty all
Yeah,
right.
That's
it's
fine.
all right.
That's all good, man. What would you have replaced? Listen, I'm doing it again. Why do I keep wrapping up segments like this?
oh no, it's
I just
all
like
right.
the
It's good.
interactivity. Yeah,
it's good.
Chuck it on our Discord, or jump on the old Instagram, Extremely Casual Gamers Podcast, or message in the old Facebook page there, Extremely Casual Group for Extremely Casual Gamers.
Nice. You didn't even read that one. Well
Nah.
done.
Me clever.
As we may have covered in previous episodes and also this episode, and basically every single episode, I do.
Nice.
I start playing games and then I bail on them.
Yes.
It's just what I do.
Yeah.
And the reason being is that I'm quite like, oh, maybe I'll try that one. Oh,
Yeah.
maybe I'll try that one. It's kind of like, you go on Netflix and you start watching a TV show and you're like, this isn't for me. And then you start on something else.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to go through game choice fatigue. Have you guys ever had this? And I know you do, Chris.
I have had it in the past around me thinking of how long it's going to take me to complete this game before committing to it, yes.
So
Oh,
game
yeah.
choice fatigue is basically, roughly 5 or 6 games that you want to play, but you just can't decide which one to do.
Yeah.
And you just sit there and go like, I've got 5 games that I genuinely want to play, but you can't pull the trigger on just one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. So I've come up with a list.
I like it how every now and then Guy's voice gets real husky. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Like every now and then.
It's like when I talk too much, it starts to fill with phlegm or something. I don't know.
Oh, lovely.
It's
Yes,
so good,
yes,
man.
yes.
You should replace
So-
your lungs.
Yeah, replace my
Titanium ones.
esophagus. Okay, so I've got 5 things to help you deal with gamer fatigue. Feel
Okay.
free to join in. Number 1, make a list. Just put all the games you want on a list and go through them and think, do I really want to play these? Remove any games. Hang on, wait. Remove any games from the list that you genuinely don't think you'll play. So step 1, write a list. This isn't a step by step. Sorry, this is just these are options.
This is the first
Okay.
tip.
If that one doesn't work, Try the next one.
So, okay, hypothetical situation, Ellie. You come home and Sam, by the way, congrats on 7 years together.
Oh, thank you so much.
Well done,
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you.
You come home and Sam's writing a list because he can't decide which game to play. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'd be sort of, I don't know, actually. I'd probably sit down and sort of talk it out with him.
Okay,
Be
cool.
like, what are the pros and cons on these?
Yeah, right.
That's what
Okay,
I'd
I
do,
see. Yeah,
I
yeah.
think.
So you're saying it's a good idea.
My wife would call me a massive loser in like a fun way. She'd be like, "Are you serious? Just like pick one."
Yeah.
But that's all right. It's a good tip, though,
All
guys.
right. Well, if you don't like that tip, try this one. Number 2, don't make a list. Seeing a large amount of games all written down can be overwhelming. And you'll end up just getting frustrated and not playing any of them.
I'm imagining you at home, like trying to like come up with this list yourself. You're like, oh, I know, make a list. And then you start doing it, get freaked out. You're like, hey, tip 2, don't make a list, don't make a list.
Yeah, this thing. Some people don't respond well to lists because you sit there and they go, this is massively, well, like sometimes if I know I've got a bunch of things I need to do in the house, I'll write the list and I'll go, I don't want to do that. So I start writing down things that I've already done just so I can tick them off and go, look how productive I've been.
Same.
So number 7, make a list.
Yeah.
All right. Number 3, don't go on PlayStation Plus or Xbox Game Pass or whichever service you subscribe to where they give you a whole bunch of free games to play. Usually they're pretty shit and you end up just scrolling for 10 minutes and then decide to watch something that you've seen 1,000 times on Netflix.
Isn't this just such a thing that's come out of nowhere from like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, where you're on TV constantly searching for something and you'd settle. You get to a channel and you go, oh, seems okay. I'll settle for that.
Yeah.
Now it's like no one ever commits to watching anything because there's too many options.
Too many.
Totally.
Yeah.
That is such a modern problem.
It is a modern problem. You're right.
and
When the gaming sphere of it, of the whole like going on PlayStation Plus and you're scrolling for ages, it is the digital version of going down to your Video Easy, your United Video, Blockbuster,
Yeah.
and you're walking up and down the aisles of the games, and you just like it was so much more risky back then because you'd be paying $8 overnight or whatever it was, and you'd have to choose this game that you've never heard of or never played, and you go home, you play it, you plug it in, and it's really shit. And you're like, oh.
Yeah, that's
So then you've driven all that way. Whereas now, if you don't like it, you can just try another one. So it is a little, you get too much thrown in your face.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, look at the games you've already played and organize them into genres like RPG or first-person shooter or world building. Then cross-reference those genres with hours spent playing. Compare those stats to the most amount of trophies collected in each game and then check what difficulty you played each of those games on.
And then how do I choose the game?
Is that for real?
It's to help differentiate your play style. You know, think games that you've completed,
right, and
and then
then
you look at the
similar.
games that you've completed. Go, all right, well, 7 out of 10 of those are RPGs, so it seems like I like RPGs.
I
And you look
see.
at the RPGs and you go, how many trophies have I done on this one? Okay, well, it seems like I like this type of RPG.
Okay.
And then you go and find that game.
Yeah,
right?
okay, yeah.
So let's make it a spreadsheet. Okay,
Yeah.
this is just making everything way harder.
No. And then the 5th one, get checked for ADHD.
I was going to say, this is so ADHD.
Yeah. So if you've got gamer fatigue, you might actually just have ADHD.
So is that Ellie as someone with ADHD? Is that like a real thing?
Yeah, I mean, someone with ADHD struggles to, first of all, start tasks, but then
Because-
also struggles to finish tasks.
So you struggle to start them because you look at it as a whole and go, whoa.
Yeah, there's not enough dopamine, like motivation chemical coming in to kind of hike the mountain that you see ahead
Yeah,
of you. Like, so
right.
like, oh no, that's just too much. I don't know what to start. And often with ADHD, you can have executive functioning issues where you can't even prioritize your tasks.
Right.
So you see tasks and they all just look the same priority, but they could be totally not. The
So
same
one could
priority.
be like, put out the fire that's happening in the kitchen right now. The other one could be get more milk.
Pretty much.
Wow.
And it can be hard to kind of go, what's more important? Like obviously that's extreme.
Yeah,
but
that's silly.
But it's kind of like the idea.
Wow,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so yes, choosing games when you're ADHD is hard. And then you do try one, and if there's not enough dopamine coming in straight away, you're not getting enough reward, boom, you're gone. That's why Guy and I can't finish games.
I think I've got ADHD. So
I've thought about this.
I think my wife has it as well.
Really?
Yeah. Because she's like with what you just described then as my
Yeah.
wife, she'll have a list in her head,
Yeah.
and every single one of them is the exact same importance.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas my brain looks, I'm like, do that one. That's more important. Like if we go to the mall, the supermarket, and we bring all this, like all the stuff needs to come inside, but Meg will have bought some flowers. She will just take the flowers inside and cut the stems and put them in a vase of water. Like she goes straight to doing that. And I'm like, bring in the groceries.
What about the ice cream? That's rapidly
Like,
melting.
so in her head, it's like she would have been thinking about putting the flowers in the
Yes.
vase, the moment we hit the driveway.
Yeah.
And in her, if I was to say to her, like, can you help with the groceries? She'd be like, I'm doing the flowers.
Yeah.
And in her head, they're the same thing.
Yeah,
It must be a
interesting.
fucking nightmare.
And also, I reckon the flowers thing is like, there's a nice reward at the end. She gets to see her little flowers all sort of like pushed up again, wherever she puts them. Whereas the groceries is just admin.
That
That's
is such an
boring.
interesting point. She gets to see the beautiful flowers in the vase.
Yeah,
Which she's
yeah.
probably been picturing.
Yeah.
I think I must have the exact opposite of whatever this is, because whenever I look at any situation, I don't have like a list, but I, like, for example, even just tonight, leaving the car parking building that I park in, as I'm walking to my car, my key is out, my wallet is in my hand because I have to unlock my car. The wallet goes in the door handle thing there because once I get to the exiting barrier arm, the window's already going down. My hand is on the wallet. It's out the window. I pull up, I scan straight away, and I am out of there.
Wow.
My brain ticks things off like that.
Are you a bit of a routine person? Are your routines very similar every day?
No.
No, okay. All right.
It's just like, that's not. But then when I do something like that, it's logically my brain goes, what is the most efficient way to do this
Gotcha,
to tick everything off? And it's the
Nice.
same way I play games.
Yeah.
It's like I
Yeah.
have to get everything done.
Yeah,
Isn't that
right.
interesting?
That is interesting. Well, thank you for coming to Psychology 101. With, Ellie, Chris,
Is
and
that autism?
That's what I'm wondering. That's why I
Not
asked.
belittling autism or ADHD, but I'm just like,
So
That's why I asked.
So
because
I've got autism, you've got ADHD, and Guy, you've got gonorrhea. So we've got a whole heap of stuff going on.
put our rings in the middle and then unite.
What do you have, listeners?
what mental disorders you have.
Message us.
No, the reason I asked that is because genuinely, 4 weeks ago, I got diagnosed with autism.
Did you? Really?
Yeah, and so I got both. I've got ADHD, and so I've meaning to tell you guys this, but I just haven't got around to it.
So how does the autism show itself in your life?
Real routines. If anything changes, I get really overwhelmed.
At the last minute, so spontaneity is not an option for you?
Not really, but then it's weird because with ADHD, you want spontaneity. So I've got this like constant
you got two
battle.
things fighting
It
each
is
other.
so stressful. But
Wow.
yeah, and then also with autism, it's like, I think this is why sometimes I don't know how I feel. I have delayed emotional processing. So like something will happen and I don't actually know how I feel in the moment. And then it will be later that I'll go, that's how I feel
That
about
is
it.
so true.
Yeah.
Because, and I assume we're going to leave this in the podcast because it's interesting.
I mean, I don't mind.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Because Ellie struggles at any point if we maybe are upsetting even like the smallest ant with what we are saying.
Yeah.
And so if there's a situation where something she could say might in any way make someone feel, and it's a great trait to have.
Thank you,
But sometimes you can get like
Debilitating.
paralyzed by it.
Debilitating,
Yes.
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Whereas Guy and I, especially Guy, he's got no problem just offending as many people as but you know what I mean? Like, it's quite interesting. Oh, look at
There you
this.
go. So we've got ADHD, baby, and we haven't worked you out yet.
I'm just
still
weird.
working you out.
Yeah, Aaron Chris is just grumpy.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Grumpy and anal.
Yes. Yeah.
Anal retentive, I mean. Yeah. What? Quick, end the segment.
Leave that in.
Thanks again for coming to our therapy session, everyone. It's been really nice to have you all here. No, what are you guys playing this week?
I've been playing way more Fortnite recently, which is a surprise.
That's so unusual.
Well, no, like I have genuinely over the last 6 months just tapered off with the amount of Fortnite I've been playing. But I don't know, recently, I mean, there's a new season that's come out. Every single time there's a new season, I dive in, have a look around, and then I'll sort of move away from it. But a little bit of Fortnite, a little bit of Battlefield 1, finishing that up, and Helldivers, because I feel like it's due for some new content.
It certainly is. And I did actually see a thing today that we managed to push the automatons back off
Yes,
some
we got
certain
these new
planet.
mechs,
And these
yes.
new mech suits have come in or something. So
But they've been teasing like these vehicles. They've been teasing these new giant bugs called Hive Lords for like. It's been like months of teasing. Just give us the damn stuff.
well, they're frantically trying to program it right now and design
Yeah.
it because they didn't think it would take off this much.
Yeah, that's
So
true. That's true. But
Yeah,
it's still
right.
fun. So that's what I'll be doing.
I'm going to
Nice.
be jamming. I've got a very busy week and then I fly to Bali on Friday.
Exciting stuff.
Very excited. So what spare time I have this week, I'll be playing Cyberpunk 2077 because I'm in and I'm freaking loving it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
such
Beauty.
a cool game. And then I'm going to be, flight to Bali, 9 hours, I think, from New Zealand. And I'm going to be getting all up in my Game Boy.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Bringing my second Game Boy so that the bloke I'm on the trip with, if he wants to play and trade with me and battle me, he can play as well.
Nice.
You know, just get some
Good
Game Boy
idea.
action going. Yeah, so that'll be me. And if you're wondering, I won't be on next week's podcast, or will I?
Ooh.
You'll have to tune in to find out.
Yeah. Well,
Ellie.
this week I will be playing
What are
more.
you playing?
Thank you so much for finishing the question. I'll be playing more Stardew Valley on PS5, but also I've had my Nintendo Switch out for the week, and Sam and I've been playing a bit of Nintendo Sports, so like the tennis and that's
Yeah,
been
love
really
it.
fun.
Wii
So
Sport.
good.
No.
Yeah, real fun. And then I've got the Dave the Diver demo downloaded to the Nintendo Switch, as well as Spiritfarer. So I'm doing those two demos at the moment, and I'll probably choose one that I'm going to
Like a
download.
taster. That's cool, man. Yeah, nice.
Going to see which one I want. But that's about it from me. Yeah, that's actually quite a lot from me. I've just realised I've just named like
There's
three
three
games.
games.
Yes, who am I? Hey, thank you for listening once again. Tune in to our Extremely Casual Gamers podcast Instagram if you want to hang out there, or our ECG for ECG Facebook group. And other than that, we will see you next week with or without Chris. Who knows?
Oh, have to tune in
Hopefully
to find
without.
out. It's probably with.